LVWL.Com podcasts.
Good afternoon and welcome to another InvestorIdeas.com podcast, following cannabis news, stocks to watch, as well as insights from thought leaders and experts. This month's podcast is brought to you by our exclusive content partner CLS Holdings US Incorporated, trading on the OTCQB under the symbol CLSH, a diversified cannabis company operating as Cannabis Life Sciences and an integrated cannabis producer and retailer in Nevada through its Oasis Cannabis subsidiaries with plans to expand into other states. Today we'll be looking at announcements from LivWell Canada Incorporated, trading on the TSX Venture as LVWL, CannTrust Holdings Incorporated, trading on the TSX as TRST, Canopy Growth Corporation, trading on the TSX as WEED and the New York Stock Exchange as CGC, and Namaste Technologies, trading on the TSX Venture as N and the OTC markets as NXTTF. First, we'll look at LivWell Canada Incorporated, who has been approved to list its common shares on the Canadian Securities Exchange. As a result, the company will voluntarily delist its common shares from the TSX Venture, and the transition will happen seamlessly with LivWell listing on the CSE starting today, and the delisting from the TSX Venture will take place in the near future. Moving to the CSE will allow LivWell to accelerate its growth plans to become a global leader in the CBD market without restrictions on operating in certain international markets. LivWell is preparing for its transformative progression to a global life sciences company leveraging robust CBD supply chain production capacity while focusing on a brand development strategy that prioritizes functional products and outcomes, said David Rinamonti, President and CEO of LivWell Canada Incorporated. The CSE embraces transforming companies like LivWell who are growing beyond the Canadian borders, he added. Legalization and acceptance of CBD for its health and wellness benefits are accelerating at a rapid global pace. CBD derived from hemp faces fewer legal restrictions worldwide than cannabis. The Brightfield Group of Chicago estimates the North American market alone for CBD from hemp could reach $22 billion by 2022. While hemp cultivation, processing, and sale activities are currently legal in the U.S. as per the State Farm Act, the anticipated passage of the Hemp Farming Act of 2018 would legalize hemp federally before the end of the year and essentially create the same business environment for hemp as any other agricultural commodity. Moving on next to CannTrust Holdings Incorporated, one of Canada's leading and most trusted licensed producers of cannabis, announced today that it shipped its standardized CBD oil capsules to Australia's Gold Coast University Hospital. The capsules will be used in a study to determine the efficacy of CannTrust CBD oil capsules in slowing the disease progression in patients with ALS and MND, which was first announced by the company in July of this year. The capsules will be imported, stored, and distributed by PharmaCann Ltd. The shipment will include all investigational products that are required for the study. The study exemplifies CannTrust's focus on medical research and its dedication to uncovering the medical value of its proprietary cannabis products and how they can improve health and well-being for all. In addition to assessing ALS disease progression, the study will also look at the effects of CannTrust CBD oil capsules on a variety of outcome measures related to ALS, such as spasticity, pain, weight loss, and quality of life. The CBD strain which will be used in the study was developed by CannTrust from its proprietary genetics, meaning that the research results will be specific to the company's CBD oil. Next, looking at Canopy Growth Corporation, who has closed the previously announced acquisition of the assets of EBU Incorporated, a leader in hemp research and innovation. Intellectual property and R&D advancements achieved by EBU's team apply directly to Canopy Growth's hemp and THC-rich cannabis genetic breeding program and its cannabis-infused beverage capabilities. In addition, EBU's IP portfolio will contribute to the clinical formulations program executed by Canopy Health Innovations, a wholly owned subsidiary of the company. Canopy Growth operates a rapidly emerging field-scale hemp operation based in Saskatchewan, and by applying EBU's IP, the company has the potential to vastly reduce the cost of CBD production, a sought-after cannabinoid in both wellness and medical spaces. Staying with Canopy Growth's long-held position on business operations in the U.S., this transaction would not have been finalized were it not in clear accordance with U.S. federal law, along with the requisite exchange consent by the TSX. Canopy Growth, through a newly formed subsidiary, will employ EBU's assets and personnel to conduct R&D. There will be no production or sale of products resulting from such R&D in the U.S. unless and until it will be federally legal to do so. Lastly, looking at Namaste Technologies Incorporated, who announced that the company has signed a subscription agreement whereby the company has completed an investment of $250,000 to acquire 46,000 Class B common shares of Keef Cannabis Company Limited at a cost of $5.35 per share. Namaste's investment represents approximately 3% of the issued and outstanding shares of Keef Cannabis based on an $8.1 million valuation. Further to the company's August 29th release, where Namaste's wholly owned subsidiary Canmart Incorporated signed a medical cannabis supply agreement to purchase premium medical cannabis products from Keef Cannabis for sale on its online platform, Canmart will now also have the right of first refusal on 35% of the total production of cannabis from Keef Cannabis. This investment and additional security of supply bolsters Namaste's objective to become Canada's premier online medical cannabis retailer. In September, the company received its ACMPR sale for medical purposes license, the first of its kind to be issued by Health Canada, allowing Canadian customers the ability to purchase medical cannabis from a wide assortment of licensed producers through Namaste's platform, giving consumers the power of choice rather than having to register with just one LP. This podcast is in partnership with featured sponsor CLS Holdings US Incorporated, trading on the OTCQB as CLSH. More info and details can be found at our disclaimer disclosure page at investorideas.com. That's all for today's podcast. Podcast is now a certified word trademark on the blockchain through Cognate Incorporated CM certification. InvestorIdeas.com podcasts are also available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Music, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and TuneIn. If you'd like to be a guest or sponsor of this podcast, please contact InvestorIdeas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the InvestorIdeas.com website, and this podcast is not an endorsement to buy products or services or securities. Investors are reminded that all investments involve risk and possible loss of investment. Investor Ideas does not condone the use of cannabis except where permissible by law. Our site does not possess, distribute, or sell cannabis products.